everybody, this is Wardog here, and we are going to talk about E3 2015, just hopping on the bandwagon. Joining with me today are two familiar faces from longtime viewers. Gentlemen, this is Brandon, formerly known as Yu Yu Hakushox, and Nigel, formerly known as Mobius1.
Hey guys!
There you are.
This one is Nigel. Yeah, that one's me.
Yeah, I'm the other one.
Okay guys, so we've all seen E3. What do we think of it as a whole? A
All
good
right,
E3, a bad one?
Alright, so this is my general thoughts on E3. Some people say Nintendo was a loser, some people say Sony was the winner. We'll get into that when we get into that, but when I walked out of the door and I just heard like what I can best describe as like deafening squealing and oinking, and I look up in awe, and like the sun is just blotted out. It is noon. It is dark as like midnight.
Mm-hmm.
There are just pigs in the sky, blotting out the sun. There are so many of them, and that's what E3 was. Like, pigs flew.
Pigs did fly. A lot of the impossible did happen, in both good and bad ways.
Yeah, unfortunately I didn't get to get as hype as I wanted to because I was caught up in the glorious and entertaining world of the judicial system. I had jury duty and stuff, so I was sad. I also had work, but
Thanks to the internet, we can all catch up.
Yep, I had the tweets. I looked at the tweets. I was in my seat sometimes in places where I couldn't just go, yo! So I just rocked a little bit back and forth, you know, just kept it together. A lot of satisfied, like, wide smile, head nodding, yeah, I'm into this.
Like, just given the last year or so in, like, major publishing gaming, I was ready to walk and going, yeah, this E3 is going to be garbage. It's going to be a stupid bunch of dumb games I don't want to play, and everybody's going to be trying to shove DLC down my neck all day. Nintendo's going to come out with something that I probably don't want, and none of the games I want to see are going to happen. And I've been wrong before. This was not like this. This is like, if there was like ever a time to make me being wrong into like a feature-length movie, it would be this E3.
E3 2015, the wrong-inning.
Yeah, this E3 was all over the place, and we're gonna start with a lot of the hot topics, the ones that both good and bad just got people talking, got things going. We even have a petition going on, and we'll get to that very shortly. But let's start off with the thing that's finally happened. The bomb has finally been dropped. The Last Guardian is coming. It may not go back to development hell. Now, for those of you that don't know, The Last Guardian is developed by those who created both Shadow of the Colossus and Ico, or Eco. I'm not too.
Now, I'm sure we'll get to this, but I'm very glad that when you said the bomb dropped, the thing you didn't say was Final Fantasy VII Remake. But we'll get to that.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
We will get to that. Right now, we're talking about The Last Guardian, and I think the big difference between this reveal and the last reveal was we actually saw gameplay.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, like, I always had faith in Team Eco. I don't think they'd betray me. Me and Nigel over here, we stayed up all night playing Shadow of the Colossus. That was a cool game. The footage from The Last Guardian was exactly what I thought it was going to be, in the best possible way. Like, oh boy, do you remember that quality game you want to play? Here it is. Is it not quality? Oh yeah, you're right, it is. And just in Team Eco style, they had a lot of, hey, like, I'm not really here to blow you away. Here's just a really good game that will blow you away. And I appreciate that, because that's what it's gonna be. There's a big Griffin dog. Everybody likes big Griffin dogs. If you don't, you really gotta rethink some life choices.
I think the highlight of that reveal was not the game footage itself, but the director coming out, and basically you could feel how heartfelt he was in his words. Like, he was so glad that this passionate game that he'd been working so hard on was finally coming to fruition. Like, it was finally happening. Like, I thought he was going to cry for a while.
Years of, you know, a couple of years of And especially considering, 4 or 5 years ago, after the sort of just the string of things happening that was just sort of on the Sony end.
Mm-hmm.
This E3 and this especially for me was just a time when I said, faith is a funny thing, but now that I'm seeing some stuff, I've been yanked around before. They've played with my heart and my soul quite a few times, but this time, benefit of the doubt is coming out.
And it does have a slated release for 2016. I hope it sticks to it. I really do. Because these people deserve this title. I really see a lot of hard work put into it. They haven't let me down before. Don't do it again.
As long as the delays are, we're making it even better. If it comes out late 2016, early 2017, I'm totally okay with that, because this time the delays don't say
So long as it's backed up with at least a portfolio of screenshots. Like, it'll be delayed, but this is what we got. That's at least something. Just to have an article that says Last Guardian will be delayed with no slated release date. That's the stuff that makes me go, oh dear.
Yeah, it's a slippery slope back in development hell.
Oh well, I just hope this one pulls through. Now, as for another bomb, that would be the Final Fantasy VII Remake. And let me just say this right off the bat, I'm happy for you fans. I really am. I'm glad that you finally are getting what you want. That being said, after all this company has put you through, especially last year, going so far as to trick you and saying, oh, we're gonna remake it for PS4. Oh, but it's the PC version just ported to PS4. Please give us your money. Tearing your heart out, stamping on it, and then this year being like, oh, by the way, flicking a coin, go buy yourself an ice cream, kid. It's actually happening. To jump on it like a dog in heat, I'm kind of a little taken aback. I think we should be more composed and being like, very nice, it is happening. Now show me more. We deserve more. But no, we're kind of, it's happening. Oh God, thank you, my savior. And that keeps these companies from being like, well, we control them easily. That worked.
Yeah, like, my general thought on it is, like, Final Fantasy VII was never, like, my favorite of them. It was probably in, like, the lower half. But, I still think it's, like, one of the more well-constructed games story-wise, although it's still not my favorite. That said, and this is something that you got to keep in mind, because I'm very cynical towards Square Enix now.
I think we all are.
See, this isn't the Square Enix of 1996 doing this. This is the Square Enix of 2015 doing this. This is the Square Enix that brought you such quality titles as Final Fantasy 13, or people that, like, just yanked all the quality off of the Final Fantasy 12 staff and replaced it with no one in particular who's important. So, like, on one hand, could this be the chance for Square to rise up and, like, show these youngsters like Bethesda and Atlas and Nippon Ichi who's boss in the RPG world?
Right.
Or is this going to be, here it is, we're going to take a really good game and just make it this over-bloated, stupid anime nonsense? Yeah, pretty much.
George Lucas it.
Yeah, because, like, my feelings on the remake is very similar to, like, Episode 7 of Star Wars. I'm not going to get juice for it. If it's good, then it's good.
More power
if it's
to
bad, if it's gonna be bad,
I'm done.
It's not even that. Like, if it's bad, it's not like this is a surprise. Not like we don't have 10 other bad ones or anything.
Exactly.
But that said,
you first.
Oh yeah, like, I am going to stay cautiously optimistic.
That is correct. Mm-hmm.
Like, I hope it's good. I feel like it will be a decent game, but my main concern is, like, not can they make a good game, but can they not make, like, this over blotted stupid mess of like dumb nonsense like they really like doing, because I can tell that they have it in them to make a good game, but can they stop putting so much dumb garbage no one cares about in it?
Yes, that's it.
Yeah.
And
all
right, you go right ahead.
The thing that makes me the happiest about the Final Fantasy VII Remake announcement isn't really the Final Fantasy VII part, because, like Brandon, Final Fantasy VII, a good game, but not up there in my favorites. What makes me happy is that it's a thing that is not a trick. It's not Sony, first-party developer Square Enix coming out and saying, "Hey guys, we've got this thing that we know you want, but we're just gonna screw around with you. It's fun, yeah,
That was last year.
I know
they finally stopped being abusive in this relationship and giving a little,
and especially after things like Final Fantasy All the Bravest and Final Fantasy Record Keeper.
Oh, no. We have one right here, and I was going to transition right into it. Speaking of Final Fantasy unneeded garbage, we have World of Final Fantasy.
Yeah!
Which was talked about not long before Final Fantasy VII Remake came along, and I looked at this and I said, oh dear, they just don't know when to quit. They just can't kill me softly, can they?
They're milking the cow, and the dust is coming out, and they're like, yeah, this is milk. We can sell this.
Actually, truth be told, I although the trailer literally told me nothing about the game,
I'm skeptical if it's Square's Skylanders.
Like, if this is like Square's Square saying, hey, you know what people like? Bravely Default. That was a game with like tiny anime people that everybody seems to enjoy. That is very reminiscent of previous games. What if we did some more of that? If that's what Final Fantasy World is going to be, but with like more references to previous games, like, oh, well, here's like Terra and Cloud as a summon, that would be cool. But I'm kind of, I'm sure it'll be fine.
Okay, so you're a little more optimistic, but since we're talking about Square in general, let's just talk about Kingdom Hearts 3, because that was yet another project they announced, and now it gets to the point where I'm like, alright, how many projects are we getting at the same time? And number two, correct me if I'm wrong, do we still not have a release date for Final Fantasy 15?
Wait, we don't?
I don't think we do.
I
really don't think we do.
Well,
actually, I don't know that we do.
Oh, okay.
Now it is your turn, viewers. Correct us if we're wrong. Tell us if Final Fantasy 15 has a release date as of E3 2015.
Please call us out on our bullshit.
This is the one bullshit that I want to be wrong. This game needs to be in my hand, because if this game is not here yet, then that means not only am I waiting another 2 years for Kingdom Hearts 3, but how long are we waiting for this Final Fantasy VII Remake now that it's finally happening?
Well, it's like the, just another Last Guardian case, although we now know
Keep
it's
in
coming.
mind,
Where it's
this
like,
is Nomura. He's not gonna rush this.
I mean,
he is gonna cram a lot of crap in it, but he's not going to rush this. He will take his sweet time. I'll be amazed if we see Final Fantasy VII Remake in 2017.
I'll be kind of impressed if we see it like around 2020.
PlayStation
that's kind of
5 release exclusive.
No, like I'm not joking. Like I think we're gonna see Final Fantasy VII around 2020. I'm gonna call it now.
The thing is, I'm sad that doesn't sound as ridiculous as.
Yeah, like you got to remember, it's 2015. We're halfway through 2015. That's only 4.5 years away. When Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, you gotta understand, like, at this very moment, I'm a grown man. I'm about 23. When Kingdom Hearts 2 came out, I was still figuring out, how do I talk to girls? I don't get it. Like, why is my voice changing? That's a long-ass time for me. So I mean,
wars have started and ended.
Wars have started and ended. Like the gaming thing is a whole different world. Anyway, that said about Kingdom Hearts 3. A lot of people really dig the plot of Kingdom Hearts, and they're very interested to know what happens next. I am here because Donald Duck is a black mage and Goofy is a paladin, and they fly around in a ship made of candy to fight like monsters.
My interest was perked when I saw Tangled as a world, because that's all I care about anymore. What worlds am I going to see? What worlds am I exploring?
Yeah, like...
It's not about the story anymore.
Yeah, and this is the big thing I took away from it. Mini summons are going to be Disneyland rides, and that's really what I want. I want to beat people up with the teacup ride, get the, what's the ride with the two ships that swing, the pendulum ships? I want to beat people up with that. Thanks, Square.
I want to slam the Matterhorn into somebody.
That's what I want to do. Thanks, Square. You really did it. Instead of Bahamut, I get Tomorrowland, and I'm down with that. Well, I don't know.
Fine.
That'd be awesome.
Alright, so my whole thing with Kingdom Hearts 3 is, while I am real hype that finally, after all this time, it's coming out, and whenever it's coming out, release date, it's a real thing that I can feel with my digital hands. The same, it's been so long, is sort of diminishing my hype, you know, because it's like you're a dog, and it's like you said about the folks panting and scratching at the door of Final Fantasy VII. I wanted to be that dog for Kingdom Hearts, but my dad has been gone for like 7 years. I can't feel it in my soul, in my poor weeaboo shit baby soul, as I want.
Yeah, like for me, pretty much in short, like I'm pretty much with you, but now I'm kind of at the point where, at first I was excited you were coming, but you're so late. Like I was mad for a bit. Now I'm just happy you're almost here.
But here's an interesting bit about Square Enix. They finally actually brought back another franchise back to the limelight. Star Ocean, and this is where I kind of lose my faith, Integrity and Faithlessness.
Okay.
Is that kind of like a summary of Square Enix as a whole, or what?
Wait, alright, 2 questions. 1, is that like the actual title?
That is the title.
That's the real title.
Alright, 2, Nigel, you know some Japanese.
Yes.
Does that sound like does this sound like the actual title of the game, or is that the Japanese title?
You know what? It goes... You know what it's probably similar to? It's probably similar to Sin and Punishment. You know?
Okay,
because like 2 words that go together, and there's an affinity for super profound titles over there in the glory of Nippon.
See, I just had to check because that sounded like a very Japanese title, so I had to check. Is this going to be the English localization name for it, or is that just Japanese name? We're going to change it.